What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you're on a fantastic day today. And today we have the San Jose del Cabo March 14th through 17th trip conclusion video for you all. I really hope each and every one of you are excited for today's video. And without any further delay, let's go ahead and get started, everybody. So welcome to this epic trip conclusion. This was a really fun trip. We got some really quality videos here. And again, the in-flight videos will be coming out once I get a chance to sit down and upload all of those. I will be going in a very raw format. Once I do it, I'm just going to upload them over on Thrust Reduction HD. So get a subscription over there and your notifications on if you're interested in watching the in-flight videos, as there were some really good ones from this trip and you all get to see those briefly in the trip reports that we had. But overall, really happy with the efficiency and the consistency of this trip. We got it done in less than 2 months, which was really cool. Really what the big part was getting these first two going, and admittingly this was a very busy time in early January for me, but luckily over the last month we've really gotten a good groove, and personally I've been very happy with the consistency and overall making strides as we speak right now to keep the consistency obviously, but also make it much more effective as we have so much content to cover. So we'll talk about that a little bit more later, but overall just wanted to say that I was personally pretty happy because pretty much the last part of 2023 was kind of inconsistent. So overall I was very happy with the consistent groove that we got in with the Cabo content, and I thought that flowed really well. So feel free to let me know what you think in the comment section. But anyways, we're not going to waste any further time. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here and we're going to take a look at these videos because we had a bunch of really cool ones. So disregard the menu from Apple there. I'm just trying to get zoomed in a little bit so you all can see what we're doing here, and then we're going to zoom up and we'll come down here once we get there. But let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we'll start up here on the top. We had our first ever international flights on American Airlines with this Airbus A321 and Boeing 737 as we went from Tulsa to Dallas to San Jose del Cabo. This is my second time doing 2 flights in one, and I really liked the format. So overall I thought it turned out really well, considering that we reviewed these products before and I thought it was much more efficient to do it this way, and it seemed like you all enjoyed the flow of it as well. So thank you all so much for your support on this video, and I'm really excited for what's to come with more international flights in the future, so stay on the lookout for that here on my channel. But overall a really fun pair of flights and I really enjoyed them. There was some fun memories in there, and of course all the various assessments that we got to do, and obviously immigration at Cabo was really cool, and then the connection story. So all that flowed really well, and I thought that was a really nice way to put those 2 flights together. So overall I was happy with it, and I hope you all enjoyed that too. And then we had our epic plane spotting session between the flights that was unexpected at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. Really fun time, got to see a bunch of really cool liveries in that, so if you haven't checked that one out along with all of these, feel free to do so. Personally I really enjoyed it and I thought it was a really fun time, so I really enjoyed that. And there was a bunch of really cool planes in there, like the Chrome 737. We had the United Max 8. I know it's not a crazy rare aircraft, but it was still cool to see it at DFW. And then of course we had the Emirates 222, and we had Flagship Valor in there. I want to say there was a few others as well. The Alaska San Francisco Giants livery was there too. So overall it was a really fun time, a really great vibe, and personally very much enjoyed it. I'm glad all of you did as well, as both those videos surpassed 400 views, which is a pretty solid benchmark for my real life content, considering that it's not quite as popular as my model content. So personally I'm happy with it, and I hope you all enjoyed it like I said. And then we get into our next pair of videos at the San Jose del Cabo airport, which was really cool considering that I don't know when the next time I'll get a chance to go to any airport in that region will be. But nevertheless, we had the airport tour for San Jose del Cabo International, and this had infrastructure, amenities, and more. I thought this was a really fun video to make, and I'm glad there was quite a few, probably a good reception for it too, considering that it was an airport tour video. I really enjoy making these as it's cool to highlight the airports, but also not get caught up with plane spotting, so that people that enjoy the plane spotting can watch that. So overall I thought it was a really good way to format that, and it went really well. We had some interesting stories there too, and apologies that the footage wasn't that good. Luckily, since this filming, I've got more confident when filming in airports and airplanes, so the filming will get better for that too. Also, I know it's kind of off topic, but I thought I'd mention now for all my fans curious, I do plan to make some updated videos to some previous videos that I made, with additional footage. So ones that immediately come to mind are the Denver airport tour that I've been there several times since I made that video. So definitely we'll make an updated video on that with better quality content for that. So that will be a video that I plan to make. A new Admirals Club video will come out at some point too. I have much better content for that now, so definitely we'll redo that video. Even though the first one was fine, it's just I think that I could do a better job now that I have additional footage and have more knowledge on those subjects. Excuse me. And a couple others will be redone too. I might make a supplement video to the Dallas Love Field one. Dallas was pretty good, but I thought maybe it would be better to get a full assessment now that I've exited there with footage and, kind of know what the outside looks like a little bit. So There's a bunch of videos that will probably get some supplements, but overall, Cabo probably will be in the dust for a little bit. So I did the best with what I had for that video. So hopefully you all enjoyed that. Then we had some epic plane spotting at the San Jose del Cabo International Airport. Really fun time. Really enjoyed it, getting to see all the carriers that we typically don't get to see in the United States, like Volaris, Aeromexico, and Viva Aerobus, along with some really cool private jets, and of course our fair share of U.S. airlines. It was really fun. So really enjoyed that. So really great time there. Thought it turned out really well, and again, for a DIY plane spotting session, I thought it went really well considering the circumstances of that situation. So personally, I was very happy with it. Very glad that I didn't get busted for plane spotting there, because that's been an issue previously for other people, and I thought that went really well. So overall, I can't complain much at all with how that went. So overall, really happy about that right there. And then we had a really fun trip port. I'm glad the reception was really great on it. On this United Airlines Airbus A320, a 30-year-old example of the aircraft from Cabo to Denver. It was a really fun trip port to make. Unfortunately, that aircraft has since been retired, so certainly a very special flight, and I had a really good time on it, so I really hope you all enjoyed that video. We'll have another United A320 assessment coming up here in the future. Actually, 2 of them, I believe, as of right now. Probably more to come, so looking very forward to that. But the United A320 is a cool aircraft with some awesome Mindies. I hope to get to fly the new cabin at some point so we can do a video on that one too. But the old cabin certainly is very important as well, and I really enjoyed this flight too. So really enjoyed the United A320, and certainly a really fun trip port with some great views, and overall made for a fun story that would lead us into our next video from this trip, which was more epic plane spotting at Denver International Airport. With that layover, obviously I had to go through immigration, but the byproduct of that was getting some really cool views from the immigration walkway above Terminal A, where you see the Starline 737-800 picture. So that was really cool, among other planes that we got to see there too. So that was really great, and then of course got a little bit of patio time in, so that was really fun, and certainly a nice layover, and more Denver content certainly will be on the way, so I hope you all are excited for that. It is a really cool airport, especially for connections, and they do have some really cool plane spotting to be done too, in my opinion. So overall, really great with that layover vlog, and really enjoyed that. I guess plane spotting layover, whatever you want to call it. I just titled it plane spotting so that it's more appealing, rather than, you know, obviously I call it a layover vlog, but I think plane spotting is more applicable for the type of content we really went over in that video. So yeah, I really enjoyed that, and I hope you all did as well. And then the final video that's currently out right now was the Southwest 737-800 trip port from Denver to Tulsa. It was a really great flight, and I thought it turned out good considering the circumstances of that video, so I'm glad you all enjoyed it as well. Already doing pretty well there for the length of the video and whatnot, so I appreciate all the support on the Southwest old interior, which personally I prefer to the new one just because of the lower seat padding, as we've talked about several times, but I know that's a pretty subjective topic. So but yeah, this was really fun. I really enjoyed all these videos, and definitely the in-flight videos, like I said, will be coming out at some point in Thrust Reduction HD, and when they do, I'll throw them into this playlist here on my main channel. So looking very forward to that, and I hope all of you are as well. But overall, this was a really fun trip, first international trip. Really gained a healthy amount of confidence with the process of international flight, and also just learning about the different cultures. I know that's not relevant to the aviation side of this trip, but it's still cool, and obviously that was reflected in these videos in some ways, so I thought that was quite cool. But obviously the aviation side of it, there's quite a nice variety when it comes to flying internationally and also plane spotting internationally, and you can really see with these back half of videos where that was represented with all the immigration and the check-in at Cabo and all the various other processes that you do go through in these different circumstances. So overall, I was very happy with it, and I hope you are as well. So you may ask, what's next now that the Cabo trip is concluded? Well, now we're going to be going on to the 2023 DFW Airline Collectible Show, which was an absolute blast. We have a bunch of content from that, so I'm going to go ahead and start with that. We'll start off with a trip port on American Airlines Boeing 737-800, which took us from Tulsa to Dallas. I know it's not the most exciting trip port number 50, but that's just how the sequence worked, and at least it is a staple, and we have done it several times. So the reason that it's broke up is explained in the video. You'll understand why I didn't pair it with the flight coming back, because it made sense to do it this way. So I'll spoil it once we get to that flight, so stay tuned for that in this video. But anyway, that will be trip port number 50. Following that, we'll have 3 plane spotting videos, or yeah, 3. We'll have a sunny plane spotting at DFW, a cloudy plane spotting at DFW, and then a hybrid plane spotting at Dallas Love Field. So very excited for all those. Those will be really fun to produce in conjunction with other videos such as the C.R. Smith Museum Tour, Frontiers Museum of Flight Tour, and also the DFW Airline Collectible 2023 videos. So looking very forward to all of those, as those will be coming out. I'm going to shoot for twice a week if I can. My new goal, if I can, is to upload twice on the weekend days, so hopefully 2 videos on Saturdays and Sundays if I can facilitate it, which will be my goal going forward. It's going to be tough to do that. It's already kind of a struggle to do on weekdays to get just a video out every single day, but luckily I'll have some more time coming up, so I'll try to prepare in advance to have videos ready to go out on those days. So I'm going to try to get some additional videos because I'd really like to get going through this real life content so that we can keep a consistent groove, but also be very efficient, as we have some really fun flights to report on, and I have many plans coming up, and we have so many flights to get working on. So going forward, you're also going to see day trips combined into probably one full video just to be very efficient. Example will be the Denver day trip that's coming up on later in the future. That will probably just be one full video. It was 3 Southwest flights, or sorry, just 2 actually. But to be very efficient with that, I might just do one really solid compilation video, and then, you know, probably even just do the conclusion there. This is just for the sake of sequencing. You know, don't get me wrong, the flights are great, and that's why we're still making content on it, but I definitely want to make it as efficient as possible. And again, ideally in a perfect world, these 2 videos are combined, but I thought that this one really deserved its own, and the byproduct certainly is demonstrated there. So but definitely I expect still plenty of videos coming out. I'm really looking forward to them, and I'm definitely considering putting all of these in one video. We'll see. But anyway, really happy with the results right now, and looking forward to what we have coming up with all that. And then we have coming back from DFW Airline Collectible Show. It was originally an American 737-800, but due to long security lines, I ended up getting reticketed in first class on an Embraer J175 for a really fair price. So overall, I was very happy with that. It was a great time. I really enjoyed it. So that was my final scroll. Got TSA pre-check right after that. So overall, was really happy to finally get pre-check, and we'll be talking about that in future videos coming up, and it saved me so many times. So what an amazing investment that was. So very happy with that, and overall looking very forward to the future. It's going to be great. So yeah, that trip's going to be awesome. That'll probably take about a month or so to complete. I think it might take a little bit longer actually, because I think there's going to be a solid 8 videos for sure, and there might be 1 or 2 extras that I'm not thinking of off the top of my head, and then the conclusion obviously. So yeah, I think a month and a half is probably realistic for that, and maybe able to get it done in a month because there's still a bunch of great content. And my goal is to be posting last summer's content this summer. I think that sequencing would work really well. So that's currently my goal, is to get there. So hopefully I can. So that's my current goal. And luckily I have a really nice stretch here where I'm going to have some additional time to work on some content. So I'm going to try to sequence it correctly, or I just can't even talk today. Sequence it in such a way that I will be able to get in a good groove and hopefully get only a year behind, which is kind of where we're at right now, because this was going on about a year ago as we speak. So anyway, looking very forward to all of that, and I hope you all are as well. I hope you all have been enjoying the content. I've really been genuinely having the most fun I've had in a long time, which it's not like I wasn't having fun before, but just appreciating content in different ways. And I really appreciate everybody that's tuning in, commenting, and watching the videos, of course, and I really appreciate it. So looking forward to it. If you do get a chance and want to share some of this with your friends, that would be absolutely fantastic. And again, I'm looking very forward to what we have coming up. I'm going to try to get on this 2 weekly or double weekly grind for the real life content. I think it would be very beneficial. Once a week's fine, of course, but I think if we can get up to twice with this additional time, it would be the most beneficial, so we can move through this at a very, very reasonable pace. So anyway, though, major progress from the last one, as we had some gaps in that. So personally, I'm happy with where we're trending, and if we can move up just one more notch, I think we'd be in a really good spot. So I really hope you all enjoyed this content. Feel free to check it out if you haven't got a chance to do so. But overall, this was a really fun trip. I really enjoyed it, and looking very forward to what's to come, and I hope you all are as well. So with all that being said, everybody, that'll do it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. My name is Redriveraviation. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Just process. Do you love and love you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.